Hey guys, Nero for Shinigami Shop here. Um, some of you may know who I am. If there's any newcomers to our either Facebook page, YouTube, or whatever, I'm a 3D modeler at the company, and I also do human resources, which means talking to people. Um, Members here, just want to introduce the new members. Got Dylan Hornbeak, who is a 3D modeler for us from now on. We've got Yola and we've got Philip, who are the standard people here. Well, saying standard's a little bit harsh. They're the awesome people here. They do art. Well, Yola does art. She's a concept artist, and Philip, he codes for us, and he's done an awesome job on it. And then, yeah, I'll let the other person introduce himself.
Hi guys, my name's Panda. I'm the 3D modeler, coder, whatever it is that you need me to do, I do it. Um, Hopefully this is going to be as active of a live stream as it was last week. I do want to apologize that we had to move it back from yesterday to today. I actually got called into my real job, my real life job. Um, but yeah, we're just going to be taking some questions and answering them just like last week, and then we're gonna give you some updates just so you can, uh, keep updated with us, see what's going on, see where we are.
Yep. Alright, so you want to kick it off or see what we get here?
I would like to um, say one thing. The website I am currently working on, um, just make sure you keep updated. We're gonna have the register login page probably up by next week. Um, so just keep updated for that. That's the what it's going to look like once I get it up. I have it semi-working, so, just keep updated, I guess.
Yeah. As we have a short supply on people here, because we announced it fairly oddly, or the stream, it's only going to be I suppose you could say, pre-production video YouTube, really, mainly. Um, so I guess today is mainly just getting into the groove of the live stream, I guess, because we already did the first one. And ease us in, we might show some things here and there and talk about stuff here and there, but it's going to be pretty relaxed for the most part, I guess, unless more people show up and they have questions.
I think most of the questions that these guys have we already answered mostly, but
I believe so, yeah.
if you have any, just make sure you type them out. We have 5 people watching, so
It's one extra person.
so
Hopefully it'll increase soon, to get some questions rolling here, otherwise we'll just be pretty awkward. Nah, not really. So anything you want to go over in the meantime?
yeah,
See if people can build questions up.
so I had some more concept art that I have to show you guys. So I'll get started with that one. So right here you see the one of the NPCs. It's probably going to be the first NPC you actually run into. Not going to give too much away right now just because I have a story for this girl. She's going to have a very sad backstory, and you're going to get really attached to her. And something's going to happen to her that is going to make you want to get out of the game and want to it'll make you really just emotional,
Yeah. I just want to say thanks to Sateki B in the live stream currently. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah.
Because we heard how tired, I guess you could say, you were. So thanks for showing up, man. It means a lot to us, to show your dedication and stuff. So, yeah.
Love at first sight.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet concept art.
I
That
also
is indeed.
I have
Hmm?
I have like 7 or 8 to show you guys. So just we'll wait until more people get in. So and this will be our like what do you call it? Placeholder, I guess.
I suppose so, yeah. For now, like, it's pretty relaxed, I guess you could say.
Yeah, these are gonna be a few of the hairstyles you can choose when you're making your character. Um,
Apologize for the brightness of the
yeah,
pictures. I know they're a little bit hard to see, but, you know, a scanner's a scanner, as you can see by the markings on the left-hand side. It was through a scanner. That's just how it works. Hopefully, if you dim your brightness down a little bit, which you generally wouldn't have to resort to, you'll be able to see it a little bit better.
yeah. You know, concept art is concept art, but so yeah, we have I think that's 14 hairstyles right there. There's gonna be a lot of hairstyles you can choose from guys to girls to whatever. um, so yeah, we're gonna have a pretty in-depth what's it called? Character creation.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And once again, another girl.
Yes, indeed.
just,
Another girl.
just showing off the different clothing, different hairstyles that you can choose.
A lot of guys out there right now are going, where the hell are the guy pictures? No, not really.
Right.
For Eula is female, as I've mentioned before in the last Q&A. She's female, and so she draws female characters all the time. That's just how she
Yep.
did it. So it's kind of hard for her to come from, you know, female to male. And, you know, these are concept art. Damn good concept art, but we're going to have a lot of variety in the game. So
Yeah.
there's going to be males and females, so don't worry about that. Just because it's female concept art does not mean that we don't have any males.
It's only gonna be females, no males.
This is not Scarlet Blade where you pay for DLC to unlock Lingering.
And I think this is my favorite. Just the 2 right here.
Yes, I had fun attempting to model that piece. Of course, I failed quite horrendously with that due to my program absolutely messing up and an arm going through another arm apparently. I gotta get back to that though at some point. And yes, it is indeed a good outfit. So that could be. She's quite good with her designs and
Yeah.
fashion sense or even details.
And one more for you guys, just so you can, you know, just once again showing off more hairstyles and clothing and, you know, NPCs that you'll run into in the game. And if anyone has any questions about anything, we'll try to answer them. So,
And also if, you know, there's not many people here obviously, but if those who do have questions from YouTube, just pop them in the comment section below and yeah, we'll get back to you on them.
um, Sweet Techie B, that's an interesting question, but there probably will be some tentacle monsters.
Oh, okay, let's clarify here, because people on YouTube watching this, they
Yeah.
won't know. So he said, question, will you be able to save NPC girls from tentacle monsters? That is a fairly interesting question indeed.
But,
Yeah, fairly certain, yeah, as Panda said, fairly certain there's going to be a form of tentacle monster, you know, no game of based on an anime is complete without a tentacle monster, so
well, there is
there's going to be one in there at some point.
there is a tentacle chair that I'm working
Yeah,
on.
there's a tentacle chair.
Yes.
Can't really go into that, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's a I wouldn't say so much chair. I would say throne.
Throne. Throne.
Hint word, throne. So yeah, it's a tentacle throne. It's got little weird tentacles coming out of it. But yeah, I don't know about the whole NPC girls from Tentacle Monsters. We'll see. It's debatable, I guess.
Just depends on how many uh, teenage boys want that.
Yeah, lots of hormonic teenage boys who
Re-
enjoy their jiggle physics.
Reward for saving her could be money, experience bonus, or kiss. Yes, a kiss. Sure. So Nero will be right back. He's having some technical difficulties. Um, I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm just gonna butcher it. Is it Zenka or something similar to that? Um, you asked how big will the floors be? The floors will be, if you played Guild Wars 2, you'll know two different maps. Um, you know, trying to think of two. Um, yeah, anyway, two different areas. They're going to be about, one floor is going to be the size of that, of two areas of Guild Wars 2. So they're going to be pretty big with lots to do. You know, a lot of people to talk to, a lot of random activities you can do, I guess you can say. So, yeah, I actually wanted to talk to you about um, what was it? It was right on the top of my head. Um, right. The bosses. I actually got a question of, bosses, how they work, you know, stuff like that. We're debating on this right now. Um, the debate is either having a weekly boss hunt type thing. Um, so, you know, if you, a boss will spawn once a week in the dungeon, and if you kill the boss, if like a group of people kills the boss, everyone on that floor can go back and forth between the floors. And what will keep people going down to the lower levels will be a uh, it'll be very, very rare rewards that only certain bosses will have. So that'll keep people coming down to the bosses to try and get that reward. So if there's any other questions, just feel free to ask, because um, without Nero, I don't have anyone to banter with.
Hello.
Yay, Nero!
If hero always arrives at the last second.
I was just explaining the bosses, because I got a question on the forums through a private message, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hello, James, in the chat. And how you pronounce his name will be Zinkha.
That's what I thought.
Zink.
Zinka.
Zink. James. Good day to you. We've seen your many forum posts. Many ideas that you've probably spent countless hours on. You know, plotting out with your friends and such. Good ideas. Good stuff. A few, well, more than a few ones that were mm, a little exaggerated. I want to just point this out straight away, is that we are developers. We may be a small team. We are capable of making this game. But if you have any wildfire ideas, like, you know, give us a unicorn that can shoot laser beams and we can fly it through every level. Like, you have no idea how hard it is to code, to model, to, just animate, like all that stuff. It's completely fine if you get caught up in money. I mean, I understand it. I get hyped up for stuff as well. And, I think it'll be great if this was in it. It'll be great if that was in it. But I hope you can work with us to come to a base, a core, where we can all agree upon things instead of, throwing wild ideas at us that will just make us go, oh God, they're expecting this kind of thing and we can't deliver it. It's way too advanced. It's even for most companies these days. Like the whole webcam idea, sorry, completely impossible with technology at this state.
Well,
Like,
our
you have to
technology.
get with our technology, but well, unless you got NASA, as you said before, Jordan, unless you got NASA's 250 camera type machine thing, which costs like 250,000 to use it. You can't actually use any form of software like that to map your face to a base mesh, so it will look like you. It's quite impossible, unless you are NASA.
Um, but
So
don't.
taking to B question, I read your post, so take B. One thing I want to say is just that, where was I, Suteki? Where was I?
You were the bad
How
guy.
dare you?
You were the bad
Just how
guy.
dare you? I was the architect. I was the architect genius who did nothing in the game but build buildings. Like,
And I created the game.
do you underestimate my PvP level? I will destroy you and your corresponding
Okay,
justice.
okay, calm down.
I'm just kidding with you. I'm just kidding with you. I'm the evil man, apparently.
And I am the god, basically.
Pretty much. It seems we are a injustice to the force. We've got the whole good and evil kind of thing going on there. And I will destroy you in the game. This is how we're going to play it, by the way, just so people will know. You obviously know eventually when the game gets released, but we will have admin accounts, which will have access over, players, game, whatever. Then we will have our own accounts, where we will be playing in the game alongside you. Because as Kirito said at the very end, there's nothing more boring than watching somebody else play your own RPG. So, that's why Kayaba Akiko played in the game as Heathcliff. It would be boring if we just sat there and watched everybody. So we're going to join you in the game. And we're all going to choose our different paths and our styles and stuff like that, and our own costumes and stuff. So yeah, prepare to be destroyed. Also, we won't have any admin powers at all. We won't cheat on our own accounts. We won't have any boosts, anything. We will just start like any other player. That I can promise to you, because I am a hardcore gamer. I play Dark Souls all the time, and
hey,
little challenges for myself.
Okay, calm down.
Calm yourself, Panda. Calm yourself.
Calm yourself.
Have you got any? Have you got any like brilliant questions that you want to go upon here?
There are a couple questions. Sudeki B, will we know who you are? No, you won't. We'll use different aliases.
Not me. I'm sorry.
You're gonna.
Not me. I can't change Nero. I can't change it.
So people are gonna know who you are.
Pretty much. Doesn't mean I'm going to reply to them. I'll just walk past you as if I'm a shadow.
Don't worry, I'll change his name.
You won't change my name.
I'll change his name.
You won't change my name.
You won't know who I am, though.
I'll know who you are.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will. I'll find you and I'm going to slaughter you.
You won't.
If you change my name, I will make it my quest to slaughter you.
But
In fact, if you change my name, I will make it my quest to slaughter everyone, just in case I miss you.
Well, I'm developing the animations and codes for the skills. So, yeah. Anyway.
Lovely. I just want to answer this question by Sateki here. Am I afraid of PvP gang up? No, I am not, Sateki. I guarantee I have many more years of PvP experience than you do. I've never played any single player games. I played one game, actually. That's a lie, because I played one single-player game. That was Tales of Vesperia. The rest were MMOs, and all I did in them was constant PvP. I've been in many gang-up situations, and many of them I have triumphed in them, so... watch your back, bro. That's why when you put me in your story, you saw me as an architect. A dude with glasses or something. You know, nerdy over a computer, or you're kind of wrong on that. What's going to be on with the blacksmithing? I know you guys were not sure what to do last episode. Do you want to address this one, Panda?
Yeah, with all the professions and stuff, we haven't really gotten them perfectly straight because we don't want another sit there, hit craft all, and wait an hour for everything to get crafted so you can level up. We also don't want something too complicated so people don't understand it. So we're trying to find a middle point between really complex and boring. And that is going harder than we expected, actually. So the professions are still in development, really, if you want to say that.
I would say so, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Did you want me to show you some models? Want me to show the models now?
Okay, to you, our fans, our content has been lacking. The group environment within the team has been a roller coaster, as you know, for any development team, it would be. The content has been lacking for any form of, you know, release for games and such. And so we decided to show you some of my models.
And my texturing.
One of these models.
And my texturing.
Yeah, like I was going to get to that. I mean, you didn't model it. I modeled it. That's why I said my models. I was going to say you textured it, but you jumped in. It's not. There's nothing wrong with Panda's texturing. My models themselves. There's two corners, two spiky corners on the arc, and you'll see them, and they annoy the shit out of me because my OCD kicks in. So. It's just like my own flaw type of thing. I'm not really happy with them. I'm more than likely going to redo them, but yeah, here's just a tiny little teaser kind of thing. I've improved on many different models after these ones, trust me. So don't think these are the standard for every model again. Yeah, so that's the segue. You can go ahead now.
So, okay, so here is I'm just going to show you before and after of bump maps and, you know, more textures than before. So this is what it looked like before. So you see it's detailed, but it's not really all there.
You see the corners, guys? Do you see them? You see them on the outside? You see that little slant right there?
Hey,
when it goes up straight and then it takes a little slant to curve around. See those little points? Those little points right there?
Anyway, here is the after with more textures on it. So it's more like kind of alive, really. The door is going to be huge, by the way. So if you see on the left side these bricks, the player is going to come up 1, 2, 3, 4, about to the 5th line.
It's a pretty big door.
Wish I could draw on
also, if you'll notice at the bottom of the door, you'll see it's kind of grayed, and it doesn't fit with the whole golden texture. That's on purpose, in case people thought there's any texture mess up. That was on purpose. We wanted to make it seem like, you know, it's been there for years. It's a door that's open and closing, so it's kind of rusted, and then things generally rust near the bottom because that's where they kind of scratch across the ground when they open. So that's the kind of concept of what we got.
And I'm going to show you a model that I made, so it's not very good at all. So yeah, it's going to be a zombie once our other 3D modeler fixes it. So,
Ah, yes.
yes.
Can we show the concept art of what this model right here on screen is going to look like?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
Need to find it.
Bloodstains on tiles beneath the door. No, no. You see, you'll find out. You'll find later on that blood would not make it that far. I'm sorry, but once you enter that room, you either fight to live or you die. And you're far away from the door. So let's just leave it at that. So there won't be any blood near the door. But yes, this model you see on screen here is going to be one of the monsters. And you're going to see soon here what the monster is going to finally look like. So you're seeing this. Okay, here's what the monster is going to end up looking like. Okay, that's a very... all of you keep what it looks like in your head. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we do that. We do that a lot. You know, it is a community input game, but sometimes when you say that to people, they let their imaginations run wild and they go ahead and go, you know, we want this in it, or how about this idea? And it's like Godzilla that flies and breathes fire. And it's like, I'm sorry, we can't do that. So, yeah, we do tend to keep what it looks like in our head most of the time. Just because we have a vision pretty much of what we want to see from the game. And yeah. So yeah, keep your questions coming here.
Hold.
Just till we grab the image up.
Yeah, I have to find it.
Yeah. We got a first bag quality image there, which was quite an annoyance, but it happens.
Okay, I am putting it up. And about.
So that's a model, and here will be what the model is going to look like in the end. It's going to be a hunched over kind of dude, and well, at least that's what I envision from him. He's going to be like
Yep.
very fast.
Floor themes. Uh, you asked, is choosing the floor themes getting harder, or have you finished it? We haven't finished all the floor themes. We're focusing on the first 5 floors right now. But there are a lot of climates in the earth. So we have a lot of different, climates to choose from. So I don't think that
Yeah,
we'll run
definitely.
out. I don't think we'll run out of different types of floor types.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you watched the other question and answer session, James, but it's pretty much. Think of it this way: if we released, or if we told you that we're gonna not release the game until we got all 100 floors done, how long do you think that would take for a team of our size to
Years.
make all 100 floors? It would take
Years.
about 6 years, maybe.
Yeah.
It would take a long time. And that's the way we're doing it. We're doing it floors. We're doing packs of floors, which we will release to you. So while you're playing on the first floor to the 5th floor, You're still fighting through and you're trying to defeat the boss, but it's going to be struggling and hard and stuff, we can continue to create more floors in the background. It's a good process,
Yep.
I think, because it allows us to get content out to you with a less waiting period, I suppose you could say,
Yep.
a lesser waiting period. So you're just playing it. You're constantly focused on the game. You're not actually worrying about when the next floor is going to be released.
Both.
You might want to read his question.
Yeah, sorry.
Before you answer it.
Are the floors themselves going to be puzzles like original Tomb Raider, or more of a case of battling through enemies? It's going to be both. You're going to have a very hard time finding the dungeon where the boss will live, basically. And on your way, there are going to be a lot of tough enemies that you have to face, especially once you get into the dungeon. So you can do it alone, but it's always good to have another person. So
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this with you.
I was just gonna say that.
What about the other models that you were going to show?
I actually didn't take any screenshots of them, but I can show. Well, I can show the town layout. That's
Sure, go for it.
Small town layout. So this is going to be a town layout that it's going to be on one of the floors, not sure which one yet. It's not going to be square, it's going to be more circle type, but yeah, so you can see metalworking, the town mayor house, the floor mayor house, teleportation statues, the ends where you can log out, cooking, all that stuff. And we're also going to have a training room where you can train your skills, but they're not going to be they're not going to be leveling up as you're training them. You're just going to learn how to use them in combos better. So
yeah. As for your your question right now, James, Pandu, you continue talking about a different subject. I shall get him. Or no, well, I'll just say it here. James, the questions that you have already been answered. If you go to our YouTube channel, it's got the first question and answer. What's the second? Right now, this one says Q&A 2 for some reason. But
I'll change that.
But our second question and answer session is on our YouTube. Suggest you go and watch that. It answers a lot of your questions. I'll answer this one for you right now. The Dual Wield skill will be a monthly or weekly tournament where players can compete, and if you win that tournament, you get the Dual Wield skill. And you get to hold on to that Dual Wield skill until you are called back into the tournament to hold your leadership position in the tournament. And if you lose your position, the other person gets a Dual Wield skill. Now for people that don't want Dual Wield skill, there will be tournaments in between that monthly period or weekly period where players can just go into the arena and duel whenever they want to get other special rewards, like a two-handed axe or something, like something rare or whatever. So we're going to work it for the Dual Wield skill.
Okay.
It works mighty fine, because if you want that Dual Wield skill, you will always have a chance. You will always have a chance to knock that person off his high throne, and if you don't do it, then you just gotta increase your skill. You just gotta get better at the game. That's it. It's all down to your skill level.
Amen.
Yep, pretty much. Does only one person's? Yes, only one person will have the Dual Wield skill at a time.
Yep. It'll be one person on a server. So
Yeah,
it's not going to be one person in the whole game.
A person who obtained the Geo World skill before, do they have that in the next tournament?
No.
No, they do not. As I said just there now, if you have the Geo World skill, okay, and you leave to do your quest or whatever the hell it is you do in the game, um, you you're distracting me by mentioning my name in the chat. I just saw my name mentioned in the chat. I was just like distraction. So whenever you have that dual wield skill, and if you go into the tournament and you lose, you get called back by the admins, and if you lose your dual wield skill, and it goes on to the person who beat you, and it keeps going and it keeps going and keeps going. And if that person is not online,
Hey,
then you remove the dual wield skill.
he's asking if they have that in the next tournament, like can they use it in the next tournament? That's the answer. The answer of that question is no. Can you use the dual wheel skill in the next tournament to keep your position? That answer is no, because we wanted a fair fight, not an overpowered skull versus,
Oh, I see. Man, you gotta make your questions a lot more freaking clear. Like, I was so confused. I was like, what is he talking about? No, you don't. You don't have dual wield skill in the tournament to hold your position. Because if you had the dual wield skill to use, then it's kind of completely unfair.
um,
So it's kind of OP.
ETA on the first alpha version. The ETA on the first alpha version is not ready yet. We're hoping. Um, what day did we decide, Nero? I can't remember.
I don't think we even decided on that. I think we said roughly around the end of this year.
Yeah, we should have a working alpha that you guys can play.
I mean, as I said before at the start of this stream, guys, it's been a roller coaster ride for us. Things have been up, very up, and then things have been extremely down. Um, so,
I'm just gonna say this. I am personally hoping to have a working alpha by either a floor 1 probably of September or October, and after that then the levels will be easier to make, so not easier to make, just since the coding's already there, it'll be easier to release them faster, so.
yeah, we apologize for that. Like, I mean, I truly hit that, hearing a late release date of this year for a game, you're clenching on the end of your seat for it to come out. But that's just how it's done, we can't work any faster unless we've got more people, then, we can't work any faster, but what we're doing right now is tremendous. The team's working extremely hard, so.
Hey Nero, did you want me to show the wolf?
The Wolf, yeah, well, go ahead. Bankai Dylan, he's a new member of our team. He is a new 3D modeler. I personally love his models. The model you're going to see for the Wolf is just a couple of layers. It's got to be defined more. It's got to add teeth. It's got to add, whatever. But it's extremely good model. It's got to be worked upon. Obviously, we've got to add stuff and stuff like that.
Yep.
But it's brilliant. It really is. So that's one of the monsters in the game, and we will have many, many more added onto our list of others. So in the future. So so I gotta say, just wait on it.
Ritsu is best. You weren't expecting this year. Um, yeah, we're honestly working non-stop. Game companies work, shifts of 8 to 10 hours. We're seriously working almost all day and all night, every day and every night. So we're trying to get this out as fast as we can.
Okay, dead silence.
I thought my mic or headphones got off for a second. I was just like,
Um,
Is there anything you want to talk about, Nero?
uh, oh, there's plenty of things I'd love to talk about Panda, but they are definitely not the form. They would be more rants than anything about PvP, so let's leave it at that. I don't really think we need to really, go into detail about things. Perhaps
We got a question.
address the issue of, okay, any legendary items? Yes, there will
Yes
be
and no.
legendary items.
Yes and no.
Huh?
Um, there are going to be certain legendary items, but those legendary items are going to be they're going to be really, really hard to find. If you find one, you won't want to sell it. You're going to want to keep it forever, because if you find a legendary item, you got probably the luckiest person in the world.
Okay, so Techie, calm down on your ideas. You will not have your satchel, you will not have your cursed bread, and you will not have your encumberment armor, unless you do something magnificent. I want to see you get on webcam and do a backflip, and then I'll model you your encumberment armor and your satchel and your bread roll. Like, so that's kind of tough, because if we give you the privilege of having your own set of armor, then other people will be looking for it. And that's a lot of work for
Yep.
the modelers and stuff. I believe only the people on our team should have their own set of armors. We will add many diverse and cool armors into the game.
Hold on. Let me expand on that idea. I think the people on the team who can model their own armor should have their own armor.
Yeah, totally. Like, I can model my own armor, and I'm totally gonna do it. It's gonna be
Me
badass. You
too.
better watch out. You're gonna watch some dude just walking past you, and you'll be like, shit, man, that dude's badass. Like, jeez, I wish I was that guy. He's so cool. Um, but yeah, I've got to drop out for a second, so I'm gonna let Panda take over here.
Of course, Rush.
Please fill the chat with any questions you may have, the slightest question, because when I'm gone, there's no interaction between each other, therefore it'll just be complete silence. And that is not good professionality.
I talk to them. I talk to them. So, anyway,
Okay, so I'm gonna be back. I'll be real quick. So yes,
or
you're
yeah.
back.
Okay, well, I did have something I wanted to talk to you about. Um, I have actually been working on. Go for it, James. Go for it. Um, I've been working on a message box. You know, the um, message box that he gets for Christmas. When it comes Christmas Day, he receives the message cube, basically, and she sings him a song in it. And it was that very emotional, very emotional thing for him because she died. I've been working on that. We're going to have those. And yes, you'll be able to record your voice. Um, yes, you'll be able to sing in them if you want it. um, but yeah, I've been working on the animations, the models, the textures, everything like that. So um, we'll make it pretty awesome. Uh, James, is there a storyline? There will be a storyline. It's not going to be the same storyline just because we can't use that 'cause of copyright, But we have about 3 people working on stories and backstories and all that stuff. So there definitely will be a storyline. Because what game would be complete without a storyline, really? So if that answered your question, then yeah. Also, Suteki B, could you explain encumberment armor? Um, we can't have that boss specifically. He asked if Gleam Eyes will be in the game. We can't have that boss specifically because it's too much alike, you know, so we would probably get copyrighted on that. But yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about now, Suteki B.
Well, Ritsu, what do you think happens when you have one sword and two swords? It would double every single stat.
No, it's basically one-handed sword and a two-handed sword. So both are one sword. The two-handed sword will hit a little bit harder.
I thought he said two swords.
The two-handed sword will hit a little bit harder, but it will be slower.
I mean, that's a general question.
Yeah, and the one-handed
Like
sword
any
will...
MMO, if you look at any MMO, really, you know, it's like look at a two-handed sword and a one-handed sword. It's like two-handed swords do more damage, but they're slower.
Well,
Whereas one-handed swords do less damage, but they're faster. It's
well,
just the general basis of it.
it's a she asked, why would anyone use a one-handed sword without dual wield if two-handed sword will obviously be better? You can use a shield, give you more defense. You can have more flexibility. Your attack speed's gonna be very decreased when you have a two-handed sword. So if you have a one-handed sword, you can hit a little bit harder. You know, jump behind them, stab them in the back. You know, stuff like that. With a two-handed sword, you can walk behind them because you can't really roll with a two-handed sword that easily. um, can I wield a sword and a dagger, or are there going to be set classes? There aren't going to be any set classes, but a sword and a dagger is still considered dual wielding. So
Yeah, it's still considered dual wielding. Also, just we want to point it out here. Maybe you guys need to go refresh your memory on Sword Art Online, but there are no classes in Sword Art Online whatsoever. And you can tell this by episode 1. No, not episode 1, episode 2, when they go to see the boss, and Kirito goes to the meeting because they find where the boss is, and Diablo says he considers himself a knight class, and everybody laughs and says there's no classes in this game.
I love that part.
Yeah. So there's no classes at all. That's
So
what we're sticking to. So you can pretty much forge your own, I guess.
yeah, we'll instead of set classes, like I said, we're gonna have over 200 plus skills, 200 plus talent skills as well that are gonna affect passives and other skills. So you can choose which skills you want to use and create your own class. And if someone has the same exact build as you would have had to be trying, basically. You would have had to sit down with the other person and click the skills exactly how you wanted them together. It's going to be very diverse. So, yeah, just your play style, basically.
Yeah. Yep. That's pretty much the core of it, I guess.
Yep.
I am a fan of two-handed weapons just because they look badass. I don't generally favor Um, shields. I don't like shields. I've never used a shield in any game ever. I just don't like them. It's kind of cowardly to me, I guess, hiding behind a shield. That's the way I see it. Mm. So I never use a shield. Even if it busts my stats by like 500 plus, I still don't use a shield. And that's why I think Sword Art Online is brilliant for adding the dual wield to swords. You know, there's a lot of games that do dual wield, but generally, like, they're lacking, I guess. And that's why we're kind of, going to make our combat fluid. Not kinda, we definitely are going to make our combat fluid. So, I don't know, I just love the idea of having two swords. I never was a two-dagger kind of man, two axes kind of person. I would like two swords.
Did you want to get this or me?
I enjoy PvP, so. Will there be leaderboards showing how many enemies you've killed, how many bosses you've downed, time spent in the game, etc.? For the time spent in the game, perhaps, I generally believe this would be more suited to Panda's area, because he is a coder. But time spent in the game, I believe that should only be suited to your personal info. Because, I mean, come on. If you spent over 700 hours in the game, people will just look at you and go, God, you've got no life.
People want to kill you too.
They'll just be like, this dude's got a lot of hours played, he must have a lot of gear, good stuff, so it's not a very smart idea. Unless you want yourself to be a target. Will there be leaderboards showing how many enemies you've killed? Definitely. It'll be spread everywhere. I want it that way. I think that's good. No, not spread everywhere. I think it should be stocked in the arena. Either the arena or the bounty boards.
Yeah.
Because if you kill another player and you're outside, out of the safe zone, the PvP zone, you kill another player.
I actually got a...
You will get a red marker, and therefore you will be considered a player killer. And in the arena, it's different. But yeah. So there definitely will be counts. For the bosses, I don't think you'll kill many bosses, my friend. We're going to make the bosses extremely tough. So.
On top of that, I actually had a question from one of my friends who's not actually here. He asked, what was it? I cannot.
Are you talking about the... I know you... Hang on, let me just answer this one. Can you talk about the communication system? We're going to have voice, VoIP even, which is you get... There's obviously going to be your standard stuff. There's going to be your general tab, your trade, your party, your dungeon tab, where you talk to people in your party or dungeon party. And there's going to be like global chat and whatever. But when you get... It's going to be like DayZ. If you've ever seen DayZ's kind of voice, direct command voice chat, where if you get closer to a player, your voice gets louder. And as soon as you're standing beside them, your voice is clear. The further you get away, your voice gets lower and quieter. So.
And what we might...
That's that kind of thing. And you'll also be able to mute players.
What we might also do is, for parties, say you're going out and you want to, like, kill people, we'll have the party voice chat, so only you guys in the party can hear you guys. So you can switch between party and general, so people can,
Yeah, I believe those are the two only chats you and NPC bounty hunters coming after you.
Actually, I just remembered the question that my friend asked, and it has something to do with the enemies you've killed, so can I explain that real quick?
Go ahead.
My friend asked, are you going to change the color of the names depending on people who,
Hang on, you're breaking up.
I think that's just on you.
No, how did I fall? Well, maybe actually.
Yeah, it's probably on you. Anyway, so...
Well, everybody else hears it. And our team. I doubt it's the same for a live stream because you're the one hosting it. So never mind that. But I also wanted to hear the question anyway, and I didn't want to have to go through the entire hour of what we are running to find it. So, repeat that.
My friend asked, depending on, like, if you kill a person, your name will turn red or something. Um, say you get attacked by a player and you end up killing the player, will your name turn red? And I think that's a good question to go over here because
No, definitely not.
yeah, it'll
It's self-defense.
yeah, basically.
Plain and
But
simple. That's it, really.
your name will turn red if you kill a person, so people know you killed a person. And if someone's getting attacked, um, the person who attacked first, their name will turn red, and the other person's name will turn like blue. So if you help the red kill the blue, your name will turn red as well. But if you help the blue kill the red, your name won't change because you helped someone defend themselves. And red and blue are just random colors I picked, so.
You watch Red versus Blue by Rooster Teeth.
I do.
How do you balance dual wield versus non-dual wield to make it
You missed a
two
question.
people still a good reward? Best player on the server. Just because you have dual wield, you're not going to be too OP. You know, I guess we could throw the person back in with dual wield into the arena, but that would kind of defeat the purpose. Dual wield is supposed to be... Dual wield isn't necessarily going to be overpowered. It's just going to be a symbol. Because you watch the anime, and you want dual wield, you know? You want that dual wield skill. You want to be like Kirito. A lot of people, like a lot of players do. I personally don't give a shit for Kirito, but a lot of players will want Kirito's dual wield skill. So, you know, it's more or less just to symbolize that. It's not actually going to be overpowered. If a person has dual wield skill, you may be intimidated by it because you know he's won many tournaments, but that's all based on his skill as a player, not the weapons or armor or stats. Stats actually.
What was it? The dual wield skill animations will look a bit different. And they might do, like, 5 more damage, but not that much. It's not going to be very noticeable. It's going to be how they play. But
pretty much, it's all down to your skill. That's what we keep saying. Because that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah, and you actually missed a question. Will there be any NPC bounty hunters coming after you like Oblivion? Sorry.
No, I actually mentioned that, but then you remembered one of the questions.
Sorry about that.
And the NPC bounty hunters, I don't believe so. I don't like the idea of that. I don't like the NPCs coming after you. I don't know. I would rather players did that because there's more interaction with it. There's more intimidation because they have a brain and you don't really know what they're thinking. Whereas if it's an NPC, you know, you can probably go up and climb up on top of a very high rock, and that NPC won't be able to find a path up to you because the system or coding is messed up, you know, something like that. There's a lot of bugs like that. It's happened to me many times in games. It's quite hilarious, but I think another player should just do it because, not only because of that, but we want you to be fully immersed in this game. So we want you to feel that you're being chased by other people. And you're hunting other people, you're fighting, and you're breathing, and you're, you know, just fighting bosses and stuff like that. And there's a lot of heavy role players and stuff, and we want you to immerse yourself completely in this game. So using NPCs, you know, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
The second weapon will not give stats at all.
You missed a question. Will there be rewards?
Will there be rewards for being a PK or a bounty hunter? Yes. Well, for a PKer, no.
For a PKer, the only quote reward you'll get is your name turning red and other people wanting to kill you. For a bounty hunter, when someone posts a bounty, they put a sum of money as a reward, and they have to have that money before they post the bounty. So when you kill the person, you go collect your bounty and you'll get money or weapons or whatever the player wants to give you. Yeah.
But as for the PKer, player killers, why would we reward them? Yeah. There's always going to be player killers. There's always going to be player killers. No, when you kill someone, you won't get their gear or part of the gold. No, you won't. No, why would you? You're killing other players. This game is going to be brutal. It's going to be hard for you to revive. And you're going to go and kill these other players. Good players like that. It's going to happen. And that's why we're allowing it, because it's going to be fun to see it happen.
Basically.
And I also want to go and stomp on their asses, because there's always going to be players who are like, oh what, let's go clone some noobs, or let's go kill other players that are our level, or whatever, you know. And there's always going to be players like that. There's always people like that in every single game. They just want to do it for some reason. They just feel like it. And that's where it comes into play.
Yep. So, second weapon will not give stats at all. The second weapon will give stats, but it's... I don't know how to explain it. It'll
be debuffed.
Yeah, basically. You'll have... both of your weapons will do this, so... Okay, both of your weapons will do the same amount of damage as a two-handed sword, is how I'm going to put it. They'll just hit faster, if that makes any sense at
all. As for your questions to Techie B, will weapons become more powerful the more you use them? The only time I've seen that in the game was Baldur's Gate, and that was a stupid idea, because I felt no interaction with my weapons whatsoever. The only upgrades your weapon is going to get is if you apply it to it, enchant it. That's it. If you attack a monster, why would your weapon upgrade? It would downgrade.
Yeah.
You get more dull, if anything. So, no, they won't get more powerful if you attack a slime or some shit. You gotta enchant your weapon or upgrade it or somehow, you know. That's just the way it's gonna work.
The only thing that'll get more powerful the more you use them are your skills. We're gonna have...
Yeah.
For the skills, we're gonna have so many levels per skill. And the only way you can get those the higher level, the skill a higher level, is the more you use it.
Pretty much.
So...
keep these questions coming here. As for the, you know, making them targets for PKers. PKers don't really choose targets. They just... A PKer could be anyone. Do you realize that? That's why we won't reward PKers, is because if you're playing a game and somebody in global chat starts arguing with you and starts calling you names and, you know, whatever, and mocking you and stuff, you get angry, and in that second you snap and you go, I'm gonna kill him. And you go and you kill him, and that's how a PKer is born. That's it. It takes something so simple to set you off. That's it, really. You know, that's why we won't really pick weapons that, you know, upgrade them or use them to make them more targeted for PKers, because PKers will always be around. They definitely will.
I remember I was playing Ion, and there was this one person who killed my monster once, and I killed him. So, hopefully that doesn't happen in this game.
Yeah.
What?
I guarantee there's going to be pretty much a lot of big league, big shot people.
What will be combat system? First person, third person, targeting World of Warcraft like, or auto attacking by right clicking Skyrim like, or something different? It will be first and third person. It will be a crosshair in the center of your screen, so you have to aim your skills. So it'll be kind of like Terra, if you've ever played that game. So it's going to be action oriented, not click on a target, mash your buttons, stuff like that.
Yeah, you don't click on a target and then mash 139 as your skills. You don't do that. It's not World of Warcraft. You don't stand and auto attack. You have the ability to roll, and you can use that roll to your advantage.
Jump over people.
How are you going to stop power leveling? No. James, what do you mean? Power leveling is the proper MMO term. Boosting is Modern Warfare 2. Power leveling, how are we going to stop power leveling?
Power
Power
level?
leveling involves another person helping you. You're helping each other, really. I don't really see...
No, what he's talking about is like a really high level, going up to like floor 58, taking like a level 1 up there with him, and just being in a party and killing all the mobs. We're gonna stop that by, we're gonna have certain mobs. Say if the mob is, you know, 50...
Oh, can I cut on a second here?
Yeah.
I just want to say that, yes, I knew that before you interrupted me. That's what I said. I said it involves somebody else helping you to level up, or you helping another person. You know what power leveling is? I played many MMOs.
Yeah. But
So, yeah, you can go ahead and continue.
how we're gonna stop it is if you're in a party with someone who is, say, 15 levels above you, and you're not on a floor you're supposed to be at, say you're level 1 and you're on 450, you're gonna get like 1 experience from the monsters that they kill. And
it's also going to be impossible for you to get to level 50 because people cannot teleport you. We're not doing that. You have to get to level 50 by yourself. And that's also a way to stop it. You have to defeat the boss or be with a group that defeats the boss. And you have approximately a week before that next floor shuts and you missed your chance and you're stuck on level 1. And you have to go and defeat the boss again when it respawns. Yep. That's what we're going to do. You have to get to level 50 by yourself. So if a friend wants to power level you, womp womp, sorry, doesn't happen.
Womp womp.
It's a skill-based game. It requires your own skill. Get used to it. So keep those questions coming.
So, and honestly, a character level really doesn't mean anything except a higher base like health. If you,
yeah, pretty much.
If you want to get better at the game, say you're like a level 1 power level to like level 50 or something, your skills are going to be level 1 still. So you're going to be weaker than like a level 20 even though you're a level 50. So just because your skills aren't leveled up.
I don't really like the concept of that. I think skills are just skills that you use. I think the keyboard and the mouse is your skill. That's
no,
it.
I mean, your skills level up the more you use them. That's what we've discussed.
Yeah, obviously, but I mean, I don't think we should rely on skills entirely because that would just require people standing in front of someone and mastering their skills. That is exactly like World of Warcraft.
No, it's more... We've already discussed this like for like 3 hours. The more you use your skills, the higher level your skills are gonna get.
We haven't discussed that topic. No, we discussed combat.
No, we've discussed this topic like
okay,
for 3 hours.
We will leave this topic. I mean, like your friend said, blah, blah, blah. Will there be 100 levels still, player levels, or has that changed?
There was never...
There's going to be no level cap.
Yeah, there was never...
There's no level cap whatsoever.
There was never 100 player level skills. There was... We've never said how many levels there's going to be. So...
Oh, and yeah, so Techie B, it is not easy. It is really not easy fixing problems with the system. Thinking how you're going to do the revival system, how you're going to do the combat system, how you're going to do anything. It's like we rack our brains for hours upon hours. We throw discussions at each other. We throw arguments. We spit in each other's microphones. Like, we just get so frustrated, and it's quite the ordeal, I must say, like, to just figure out how you're going to do something. Strength and agility, that's what makes it.
James, we did say there was going to be 100 floors, and I might have said levels, but when I say 100 levels, I mean floors, basically, because...
No, but he put in brackets player levels.
I know, but he said, he must have misheard. I sometimes confuse floors with levels, so I say 100 levels instead of 100 floors. So that might have been my bad.
I didn't even notice that, actually. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't.
Yeah, that might have been my bad. So,
Keep your questions coming, I guess.
yeah.
Unless you're all out of it. Okay, no, Ritsu has been thinking up
Oh,
a good one.
wow.
How about... Okay, let me just read this out.
Do you
I
want to
would
answer
like
it
to
in me?
have that you... I would like to have that you have to kill a boss yourself to proceed to the next floor. And you can see by inspecting players what floor is their current floor unlocked. And be like, whoa, that dude is in the floor 80. Cool. Would also fix the power leveling thing. Except higher level killing boss for you, but no worries, Ritsu.
Um,
Except higher level killing bosses for you, that should be available in case you can't deal with your party or your levels. So,
okay.
so
So,
get a
I
higher level
understand this.
friend that will be your backup plan.
I understand this one. Um, basically what she's saying is you have to kill the boss yourself to proceed to the next floor. But
I'm sorry, what was that?
what do you mean?
At the very start of your sentence, what did you say?
Oh, what she's saying is basically,
Oh, it's just sorry. Is she?
she, I don't know. What the person is saying is you have to kill the boss yourself to move it to the next floor. The problem with that is bosses are going to take, 20, 30, even 40 people to kill a boss. So, you're going to have to, having every single person on a floor kill a boss by themselves is kind of, eh.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. So yeah, that's pretty much that.
Yep, yep.
If I were to say a solo player would, I were to say I were a solo player, would I, or would my XP rate be higher than a guild's XP rate?
Um,
Oh, we have not touched upon the solo aspect because this game is morally designed for teamwork. Of course, there's always going to be players who want to go solo, like myself.
base,
So we've definitely got to touch upon that, like I told you, Panda.
I have an answer for this, Nero.
Good, answer it, Panda.
When you're in a party, your experience rate, each person's gonna get their own experience. So if you kill a monster, both of you are gonna get the same experience, just like Guild Wars 2. If you're a solo player, you're gonna get the same amount because if you're a solo player and you're getting experience, say you're getting 50 experience per mob, and you join someone in a party, and they attack the same mob as you, you're both gonna get 50 experience. We don't want it to be...
Well, that's not how it works. That's not how it works at all.
Do you want people to be in a party and get like 1 experience each?
No, but half the experience. You half the experience. If you kill a monster that's worth 100 experience, you both get 50, so it's halved. But if you're solo, you get that entire 100 experience. That's the way it works.
This is a team game though, so if you...
It may be a team game, but that's the way it works. That's the way it's gotta work. Otherwise, you're forcing people from being solo.
You're not forcing people to be solo. People can play...
No, you're forcing them from being solo.
How?
Because you're getting the exact same... No. Even they're getting less experience than what a party would have gotten. You see, you said in a party, you both get the same amount of experience, right?
Yes, because that's... Okay, like... This is a team game. Okay? It's supposed to be a team game. The only... And if you
At
say
later
it's not...
levels, at the higher levels.
If you say it's not, then I don't think you've been watching the same Sword Art Online as I have. It's supposed to be a team game.
Well, maybe you haven't, because Kirito was entirely solo up until he's about level 70.
Yes, and he got to that level by knowing where to go. Not because you know,
Exactly, beta testers.
yes, a party could know where to
Do you
go.
understand? Do you understand the gravitation of the word solo in an
I do.
MMO?
I am a solo player.
Why go against it? Do you know how many players play solo? That's a vast majority. You take that away from people, and that is going to go haywire. I'm just saying, it's a definitely. We have not. We obviously haven't come to a mm, an agreement upon this topic. So let's postpone it for now. We'll come up with something that it suits both parties. We just
Yep.
haven't discussed it a lot because, as Panda said, it mainly is. No, it's not actually. No, I'm lying through my teeth. It's Kirito's solo, but it generally is.
He was basically the only solo player in that game.
No, he wasn't. Come on, you know he wasn't.
Did you see any other basically
No, you
important
didn't, because
character?
it's all focused on Kirito. That's why.
He
We
met a
haven't seen
lot
a
of
lot of
he
things.
met a lot of people when he was in that game.
Nah, not that much. Didn't meet that many people.
We're not friends, Uteki.
We are co-workers. That's what we are.
Yep.
Do not call me his friend. So there's a lot of players that like to go solo and such. But let's get off the topic of solo because we've seen the word solo too many times in chat now. Next question, please. Let's play some elevator music while we wait
But
for
we
the
don't.
questions to pop in.
Yeah, but we don't.
Oh man. It's quite the topic for discussion, eh, Panda? Panda, you're quite the character. In fact, your character is going to be quite the character.
I wouldn't say I'm the character in Arrow.
You're quite the character. I mean, you enjoy magic and you don't like PvP and you are against soloing.
I like magic, but I also like melee. I like soloing because I hate people. I love PvP, but I prefer PvE.
You told me you don't like PvP.
No, I prefer PvE.
What's the first?
PvE, not PvP. I prefer PvE.
Yes, I heard you the first time. Yeah, James, this is why I suggest you go and watch the last Q&A
Yeah.
we did on our YouTube channel. We've already answered this. It's still an ongoing process at the minute, currently. It's not easy to do a revival system whatsoever. You gotta meet people's needs, not just hardcore gamers, not just role players, you gotta meet everybody's needs, like casual gamers, people that are mature gamers, stuff like that. You just gotta meet everyone's needs, and it's not simple in the slightest.
I will tell you that we will save your character for, I think we said a week, or was it 3 days? I can't remember.
I believe so.
Yeah. And after that, your character's gone, basically. How about the higher your level, the harder it is to revive you? It's going to be hard to revive you at any point in the game. The item that you need to revive you will be a very, very rare drop. We don't know how rare yet, and we don't know what will drop it yet. But very hard to get. James, the revival system is basically going to be for us to decide.
Yeah, the revival system for us to decide.
Yeah.
As developers of the game, we do get the more say in it. We don't want to be assholes about it, but that's just it, really. It's what we can work with, what we can actually decide, our ability to actually make it, instead of some far-fetched idea which we can't actually code or animate or whatever. So
What about
it's kind of up to us.
What about making servers with permadeath and some servers with not? That would basically require two whole different games. Permadeath is going to be a core feature in the game.
Wait, hang on. What's a simple idea, James?
He said he was going to...
He's gonna... Oh, you mean the revival system is more about... Or the revival system... So you're saying the revival system is a simple idea, it's more about timing than anything. Right, James?
The revival system is not that easy of an idea.
Hang on.
It's like...
Could you explain, James? I don't really get it. Oh, okay. Timing will be taken. Yeah, well, we need something complex because we're not just focusing on one point of gamers. We are focusing on all of them. The casual, the mainstream, the guys that play Wii Sports, the ones that play Dark Souls, the ones that play friggin' games on every single hard mode that there is. There's many different types of gamers out there where we have to try to put ourselves to. Any more polls in the pipeline? Yes, you can expect... Excuse my yawn.
Yeah.
You can expect many more polls in the future.
Yeah, I'm actually working on one. The reason I have not gotten any polls up on the WordPress is because I have been working on the website so we can actually move all of those polls that we already have and everything we have on this blog over to the website.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like we appreciate people's passion or enthusiasm. It's just wild ideas get thrown at us all the time from different people, and it's like, we're a small team. We can't. Not even big companies would barely be able to do that idea that you have. So we're sorry. But don't hate us.
Many people will like the game because of the anime, but maybe they don't like permadeath, and other people do. Making server with permadeath on and off will please both sides, which means more people. It's like hardcore and softcore in Diablo 3. That is true.
Costs us as a company.
That is...
It costs a lot of money to host servers.
Yeah.
And to host multiple servers, it would cost more money than you can actually imagine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that as in, we're going to get so many comments for that statement. They're like, what the hell, it doesn't even cost so much, blah, 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 blah.
The servers...
I don't mean it costs like 100k. Servers cost around like $300 a piece.
For a decent one.
Yeah, for a decent server.
And we...
Not even a maximum server, just a decent server. $300 a piece. Like, that's not cheap at all. We don't have that money. Our donation pool isn't even that high up.
Yeah.
It's not enough. Like, we've got a lot of things to look into. We're currently focusing on many main points at the current moment. But all these ideas are they're noted down and they're taken into consideration.
Yep. I seriously have like a notebook of any ideas that people have thrown at me through like email or on the blog or through Facebook. It's quite full.
Yeah, Panda's always on the ball. I don't understand. I really don't understand your fetish with this curse ball injustice. Like, I really don't.
I like it
I
too, Techie
really
B.
don't like. It's a bread roll, bro. Calm yourself. It's not going to defeat the level 100 boss by any means. The level 100 boss will be your worst nightmare. I mean, it will be hell beyond hell. You'll be lucky if you even step foot inside and survive. You'll have to be at tremendous level. Like, we're gonna make it so hard for people to beat this game.
Could you spike someone's drink in a tavern? What
I
would you do?
generally like that idea,
What
but the problem is that they're in a safe zone. So even if you spike their drink with like a poison or something, it won't affect them. And if you spike
Oh,
the drink and make them dizzy or some shit,
I was thinking of spiking as in, like, drugging them. I'm like, well, what would you do with a
yeah, well
spiked
that's
player?
what poison is, and that's what
No, I mean
yeah
the you know.
yeah like a roofie, but that's what it is really.
I'm just like, what would you do with a spiked player?
No, that's a good point actually, James. What would you do with a spike?
um, well, the thing is, if you're a bounty hunter, oh sorry, I'll read the question. Say like I was a bounty hunter and then I befriend my target, could I kill him? Um, the thing is, if you're a bounty hunter and you're in association with a red player and people know you as their friend, they're gonna come out, they're generally gonna think you're a lure. Like, oh, I'm so helpless, help me, you know, stuff like that. And then when you bring them out in the wild, they're gonna kill you.
Yeah, but he's talking about the point of him being a bounty hunter and killing another person. As this was my idea from the first place, thank you very much. You can stop your round of applause now. The bounty hunter, then I befriend my target, could I kill him? If you befriended your target, you may get it. But I think what you're concerned about is in a safe zone, really. If it's in a safe zone, no, you cannot. And that's the idea of a bounty hunter.
Safe zone.
You have to wait. You have to wait a very long time. Oh, when you do that, you spike him and take him to a non-safe. I don't know.
Can't drag.
That seems kind of unfair.
Yeah, you can't drag.
That seems
people.
really unfair. Like, you can't drag people. That's just too unfair. Like, you know, you would just spike some. You could spike anyone's fucking drink, drag them outside, and then like challenge them to a duel or something
Right.
and kill them. Like, you know, that would be way too unfair.
Yeah. I think that's the only way that you could kill me in PvP, Nero. Oh.
Your idea, not mine.
Alchemy. Alchemy.
I'm sorry, this is really bugging me, but does anybody else in the chat think that our logo, 1Life Online, the one for the 1Life Online that's in the middle, does anybody else think it looks like a great big phallus?
No, Nero, I just think you're perverted.
Come on, you can't see a great big phallus?
No, Nero, I just think you're perverted. I look at it as a sword. That's how I see it.
See, James sees it as a great big phallus. Yeah, like you put it together, bro, you got a great big phallus.
Yeah.
So Teggy B, you know you thought it too, don't even lie.
I am gonna be 100% honest. I never thought that. Ever. About that.
Yeah, you were too busy thinking real life stuff.
Oh, don't even go there. Don't even.
Sorry, what was that?
I have...
You have, that's nice. Bunny rabbit ears. I don't even know what the hell you guys are talking about. So, what stage are we at now in the live stream? What time is it? Should I be running?
I can't tell.
Oh, good job, you didn't time it. Nice.
Woo! You know what?
That's a great noise. Just scroll up in the chat. Okay, let's see if we can kind of get something.
93
Oh yeah,
minutes.
Panda told me to stop bragging and trying to make people think that I'm a badass. I was not. I was clearly stating to Suteki B because he said in his little story that I was a architect genius evil person. That made me seem like a snake, a sneaky person behind the lines, stabbing
You
people
are.
in the back. I don't do that, my friend. And I am not afraid of gang ups, my friend. Okay, anyway, I'm trying to go up here and see what time the last
93
message.
minutes.
Okay, we've been running 93 minutes, so... Wait, hold on. Check that.
Because there are 136,000 frames encoded, running 24 frames a second, divided by 60.
Whatever. Don't even act like I'm saying. You probably just gotta laugh your fucking lunch or some shit. Whatever.
No.
Anywho, I don't know. Like, is that enough for our live stream? I don't even know.
Let's just ask one more time. Does anyone have any questions pertaining to the trailer, to the game, to us, our relationship with community, or Nero and my relationship? Anything?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, do you have anything at all? We genuinely mean anything.
Winky face.
Yeah, no, none of that.
Can we get a trailer
we
for
try
the
to,
trailer?
We try to keep our professionalism, but it slips out here and there.
Can we get a trailer for the trailer? You cannot get a trailer for the trailer. You're gonna have to wait until the trailer. The things I told...
Well, I don't know, maybe we could get a trailer for the trailer, but I think we need to get a trailer for the trailer first before we actually set that up. No, actually, I think we have to take it far back and take a trailer for the trailer for the trailer for the trailer, because if you have the trailer for the trailer for the trailer,
Okay,
for the
Nero,
trailer,
Nero,
there'll be a
Nero,
teaser
Nero.
for the trailer for the trailer.
Nero. James, I'm just
So that was the
gonna...
Inception sign.
I'm just gonna tell you, about a quarter of the trailer, Nero has no idea what I'm working on. I'm working on it with me and one other person.
So he says.
Excuse me. Anyway, so a quarter of it Nero's never gonna see until it actually releases. So, if Nero can't see a quarter of it, you guys can see, you know, maybe one or two models of it.
I'm waiting. Don't keep any more secrets from me, Panda.
I'm only gonna keep 100, not 100, I mean a quarter of the trailer a secret. You cannot see a 12th of the trailer.
You already...
When the trailer...
Well, they only kind of have, actually.
No, they haven't. One model's not a quarter of the trailer.
No, a 12th.
Yeah, I mean, one model's not a 12th of the trailer. That would only mean that we have 12 models.
Well, he's seen a 0.0. 0.000000.0000.
You're putting too many points. The engine.
Yeah, I like points, okay?
The
engine. Problem with
engine.
that?
How's the engine? Do you want to do this one?
Okay, we got some news for you folks, and it's not necessarily bad news. In our opinion, it's good news.
Yeah.
We are no longer using the Torque 3D engine, aka Dylan's modified version, Reaper engine, for the simple fact of
Dylan being stupid.
Dylan being stupid, and that's where we're just going to leave it.
Yep.
That's where we're just going to leave it. He's an idiot. That's just to get that across to everybody. And so we're going to be using UDK now, Unreal Development Kit. And the first videos that we put up on the channel if you go onto our channel, you can see old videos of Sword Art Online back then and what the time looked like. That was made using UDK. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic engine. Like, it's amazing. So we're we're excited about that. Dylan isn't so much because he's an idiot. Um, yeah, but I'm sorry. Like, he's not excited about it because, I mean, that's got nothing to do. But he's still an idiot.
Yeah.
So UDK, it's a very, very nice engine. It's, what can you say? I mean, it's UDK. Come on, it's Unreal Engine. You know. So, yeah, happy about that. Oh,
Yep. And UDK,
a few minute problems with it, but yes, that's all in all, it's great.
will there be a demo of it after the trailer? I am gonna.
A demo of the game, you mean?
No, a demo of. What are you talking about? Yeah. the
What?
the demo is gonna be the alpha, which will probably be released. Did I say
Yeah, I know. That's
October?
what I was wondering. I was like, a demo of what? Like the game that will be the alpha?
Yeah, the demo is gonna be the alpha.
Yeah, the demo's gonna be alpha after the trailer. When the trailer is released, you know, that's the trailer released, and then we'll give it a quiet, you know, we'll have a quiet while to see how that does, and then yeah, then you'll get the alpha
I
after
did.
the trailer.
I did actually have something to say about the trailer. The trailer.
Go ahead.
Um. Uh. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Anything you see in the trailer, you will be able to do in the game. Any NPCs, any buildings, any trees, any monsters you see in the trailer,
Yes,
they're going
that's
to
what I
be
want to
in the
also
game.
mention.
Any
Have you
skills?
guys seen War Z and all their fake pictures and videos, where their videos were completely amazing and the pictures were completely astonishing, and then you played the game and there was nothing in War Z that was like that whatsoever. We hate people that do that. So anything you see in our trailer is going to be in our game.
Yep. Are you guys still planning the stress test? The stress test was going to be on the Torque 3D engine, but because Dylan overlooked something, the stress test is going to have to be pushed back. And I am sorry about that. If it was up to me, I would punch a baby in the face, but um, so the stress test will be pushed back a little bit. And there is silence. Okay, that's why there's silence, is because Nero is AFK again. Um, the file you downloaded is probably Dylan Red Rock or whatever. I don't even know what it is. Is it called Red Rock Redemption.exe? Yeah, James, don't. I'm not in charge of that name. That was Dylan's naming. It was gonna be 1LifeOnline, but since we kept saying this has nothing to do with 1LifeOnline, he was like, oh, I'm gonna change the name. Because people were putting 1LifeOnline with 1LifeOnline. So,
Yeah, we didn't really want that at all. We didn't want them to tie the two things together. I mean, they're under the same company, but I don't know. You know, a zombie game is cliche, but it was mainly just to show the ability of our team, what we could do, and then problems arise,
yep,
as we've mentioned. So, yeah.
yep. So, yes, are the monsters gonna get more intimidating as the floors get higher? Yes. Simple answer is yes. The level 1 monsters, not level, the floor 1 monsters are going to be, wolves or, stuff like that. And, you know, say like floor 50 is going to be skeletons or something,
Skeleton soldiers.
Yes.
The typical mob of any MMO. There's going to be a vampire werewolf with a chimera's body. There you go. Intimidating enough for you? Nah. Yeah, just, they're going to get more intimidating, like skeletons and stuff, just being said. Because you have a family on the game. Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, if it's roleplay wise, then...
Marriage.
Yeah, like we're gonna have a marriage system. Not marriage. It's marriage. Marriage. We're gonna have a marriage system. So there's that. I don't know about breeding. I mean, I don't really want any of you low-lifes breeding because God forbid you actually reproduce.
There wouldn't even be. I wouldn't even know how that would work.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have to educate people tonight. So, yeah.
No, I mean, like, I don't know
There's
how...
not going to be breeding, but if you want an RP child or something, we will add chibi characters into the game as models, and players can pick those, and you may see some of them running around, because a lot of players do like chibi.
It'll be a costume.
Eh?
It'll be a costume, it won't be a model, it'll just be a costume. Because I don't want to have chibi characters running around the game. Just a costume.
And why not? A lot of players enjoy playing chibi.
Yes, but then we'll have... It'll just be a lot more for me to rig and model and animate. Because I'll have to reanimate all the skills and stuff for chibi characters.
Oh, so I guess I'm not modeling anything.
Oh my god.
Less work for me.
Can you have underground pet fights?
What even?
Do you want your pet to hate you?
What are you going to be like standing there with a pit bull or something?
Do you want your pet to hate you?
Pets in this game are going to need fed. You're going to need to love them, like pet them every now and then. And if you don't, it'll hit you, it will not fight for you in battle, and it will die. And if it dies, it will never come back.
It's dead.
It's gone forever.
They're dead.
So if your pet loses in your underground little fight thing, which won't happen anyway, even if it did, it would never come back. So you gotta treat it like a pet in real life.
Or you could just
have that emotional bond, even with other characters.
And if you abuse your pet, or not feed it, like I said last time, it'll probably run away from you. And you'll lose your pet.
Mm-hmm. World of Warcraft pet battles suck.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. I would rather stand back, place some bets on your your little pet thing, and then watch it fight than play a World of Warcraft battle. Because you just hit 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1.
Hold on. So you have to feed the pet, but you don't have to feed yourself.
Well, the pet is a virtual thing.
Yeah.
It needs feed. Like, in Sword Art Online, you're in a hospital pretty much.
Yeah.
So you're being fed through an IV drip. That's what you do. You don't need food. It's just an illusion. You gotta remember these things, Suteki. You better look up on Sword Art Online again, boy.
Can I build my own house? Good question, James. I actually wrote this in the... excuse me. I actually wrote this in the Kickstarter and Indiegogo features page. Hopefully by a later patch, you'll be able to build your own house like The Sims.
Yeah, little patch.
But you'll have the restrictions of how big your lot space is, how much money you have, what's the neighborhood you're living in, that type of stuff. You can't build like a mansion on floor 1.
Yeah, that's what I meant basically when I said no.
So not right at release, but later on in the game, hopefully.
You won't even have that money at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Even a small house, big time. Not just for your character in the game, but for us as modelers and developers.
What's the currency system going to be like?
Chocolate.
Yes, chocolate. Experience cannot be part of the currency. No.
No, that's just kind of rather dumb. If you go, oh, I want to buy a house, here you go, here's 2 million of my XP, there you go, you drop down 7 levels, whoops. Ooh. Some players will not. Some players will think XP is a different term for currency in the game. Like, they won't think it's actually their experience points. Hopefully there'll be a lot of diverse people playing this, at many young ages as well. They'll just be following the text on the screen. Of course they're stupid, they're young. Some people make mistakes as well, you know, and it won't be undone. And that's just the whole point of it. You can't have XP.
Game.
Like, why would you even want to do that? I don't understand.
Hey, calm down.
What are you talking about? God, I hate when you do that. I just want to punch your face in.
Will enemies drop gold? Yes, enemies will drop gold, experience, armor, weapons, whatever, items. It's, but it's not like a lot of gold. If that makes sense. They're not gonna drop like 1 million gold, or they're gonna drop like a few coins.
Well, of course not. It's going to be a standard kind of gold or whatever the currency is. Oh yeah, yeah. There's going to be multiple types of dual, or not dual wielding. See, you're saying for the dual wielding tournament, it's not just about the dual. You got to get that out of your mind. It's just a arena where people can fight. Okay, it's got nothing to do with. It will not be anything special, but having 2 swords in your character as an appearance type of thing. It's not going to be anything special.
The tournament.
That's the kind of way we want to do it. We don't want people to feel, amazing just because they have something in their hands.
The duel.
You will be able to pick either up to. There's going to be multiple different levels. There's going to be 2 players, like 2 versus 2, 4 versus 4, 6 versus 6, whatever. It's going to go up and up, and it's going to be great to watch. People can pay like a certain currency to enter and watch it. You'll sit in one of the seats in the theater or gladiator sittings, and then you'll watch the fights, and the fights will hopefully be massively entertaining for you.
The dual building quote tournament will be 1 versus 1 until it'll be 1 versus 1 for anyone who enters, and the 2 people who defeated the lasted the longest will go up against each other. It will be a fight to the death, but you won't lose your character. It'll just be when your HP loot drops to 0. No one would want to enter a tournament.
No one will want to enter it, exactly. Like, no one will want to enter a tournament for some sort of award.
Okay,
for,
James.
Risking your character's life. It may make it more exhilarating. Look, James, you're saying it's no fun, and you may be coming across as someone who is, I don't know what type of games you play, and you may seem like a hardcore player, but to me you seem kind of young, and so if you were
James,
playing this game and you were in that kind of situation, very certain you would run away.
James, okay, think about it this way. There's gonna be probably 1,000 to 2,000 players wanting this dual wielding skill. Only one person is gonna come out. If everyone lost their character because of one tournament, we would have no player base at all. Everyone would be
Well, it's
back
a
at level
little
1.
ambitious to say 2,000 people. We don't know what type of, how many people we're
I'm
going to
just
get from this
saying.
game,
I'm
obviously.
just
But
saying.
yeah, like, and hypothetically, there will be a lot of people, hopefully, wanting to enter this, and one person's going to come out. It's going to require a lot of skill, and it's going to require you working your ass off to actually be able to get to that kind of skill level.
And the dual wielding tournament will be held in the arena, and the arena can be used by anyone. But they won't lose their character. They'll just drop to 0 and go back to the teleporter. Because
Yeah, pretty
an
much.
arena isn't supposed to be, in games it's not supposed to be, you lose anything, basically. It's just for fun. No.
No, they shouldn't at
When the
all. That
player,
goes to
I'll read the question. When the player wins, shouldn't they get all the entry fees of all the other players, or is there no entry fees? There's going to be a slight entry fee, but it's not going to be that much. Um, it's going to go back into the economy. It's, if it, yeah, anyway, that's basically the easiest way to explain.
you really need to watch the question answer video. But let me just, because we're pretty much, I feel we're kind of done here. Do you
Yeah,
feel we're done here?
yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I mentioned this before. James, maybe this. Oh, trust me, Sutaki, you shall get it. You should get it. Yo, James, have you played a game before where you lose your character forever? I just want to know. Okay,
Was it an
what was
MMO?
that game called? What was the game called, even? Yeah, I just want to know what it was called.
Besides Daisy.
So he's gonna go Google it.
And it has to be an
No, I'm talking
MMO.
about an MMO.
MMO. And it can't be Daisy, because Daisy is kind of a stupid game. Just saying.
Ah, Wizardry Online. I played that
I
game.
played that game.
What a load of crap.
I hated that game.
You see, I played on World of Warcraft, okay? Now people may see World of Warcraft as a game that's auto attack, blah blah blah. But I played on a private server called Jutsu Online. And what it is, it's a private server mod for Naruto, the anime, when I was a fan of it. And so I was playing in it, and in the tuning exams, I got my character to level 80, which took me a very, very long time. And I got my character to level 80 and I entered the tuning exams, which is in the Forest of Death. And they even had the model for it and everything, for the Forest of Death. You enter in there with 15 other players. Only, I don't know, 4 people will come out of it. The rest, if you die in the Forest of Death, if your character dies, if his health hits 0, your character is gone for good. So I entered that alone. I went solo into the Forest of Death, whereas every other team had teamed up. They had other players with them. So I went in with my Heaven Scroll, and I went around. I got attacked. They took my Heaven Scroll. One of the thieves stole it, and then they ran away. I admit, that was freaky. It was certainly freaky. That was not my fault, actually. I was solo. I couldn't team up with anybody because everybody else was taken. I tried asking everyone that was online on the server to team up with me. Nobody would. And so I was going through the Forest of Death, and there I was running through. Why enter? Because if you don't enter, you don't reach tuning. You stay at gaining level. You stay at level 80. The max level cap is like 1000. And if you don't get to tuning level by passing the Forest of Death, you stay at level 80. You'll be weaker than everyone else. And they'll all go and pass it, and they'll get stronger than you. Why would you not enter it? Again, the tuning exams is every 5 months, real life time, not in-game time. Every 5 months, real life time. Because it's a private server. It's hosted by a dev team. They choose when they put the tuning exam up, and it's every 5 months. Anywho,
Okay.
just listen. I'm just doing a little rant here because
Yes, I know.
almost the end of the stream.
Yes.
Go ahead, Panda, speak.
He was talking about Wizardry Online. Anyway, Wizardry Online is not die, lose character. It's die, lose everything you have, and that's different than lose your character. If you're level,
Okay, can I perhaps finish my story?
how long is it gonna take?
It's coming to an end.
Because we're almost on 2
before you
hours.
interrupted me.
We're almost on 2 hours now. So.
Anywho, so there I was in the Forest of Death, and I saw this other team. One of the members split off from them. He actually I was running along, and he attacked me. He ambushed me, he jumped me, pretty much. He started attacking me. I defeated him, and I killed him. I roleplay killed him is what they called it. If you die, if you get killed, you're killed, you can respawn. But if you're roleplay killed, the admins delete your character from all server databases. That's it, it's gone. And then I went and I found another team of 3 people to try and get the other scrolls off them. I charged at one dude. I killed, or I attacked one guy. His health got down to 0, but he surrendered. He typed in, "I give up," so I stopped hitting him. And one other guy was hit me in the back, and so I turned around and I killed him. So, you may have played a game called Wizardry Online where you lose something, but I joined a Forest of Death. Now, I'm not bragging at all. Do you mind not, maybe people listening to my story because I'm talking to you, James. It'd be kind of nice if you actually listened. So, Panda, would you take escape, please?
What?
My story doesn't even matter anymore. Let's just forget it.
I'm just answering
Lovely.
questions. No worries.
I hate young people that come along and they think, a game is a game, you die and that's it. No, I spent over a year into this game, into a character, and I went solo into a place by myself because I couldn't get anyone else. And I could have lost that character inside there, which was quite something serious. So I'm just saying to you, and Suteki B, who is saying, his ideas may be far-fetched, but he's obviously been through a lot of stuff. No. He's played Wizardry Online. He hasn't played a game where you're in a battle to the death, literally, for your character's life. Now, this may be over-dramatic, obviously, as I'm a human being and it's only a game, but you still spent a lot of fucking hours into that character. Like, over the years, you spent a lot of time into that character, and then you're in a battle to the death all of a sudden by yourself. But not only did I enter that forest, not only did I enter the forest by myself, but I also killed 2 people. No one else killed 2 people. One other member died by the OP team, like the overpowered team. But I killed 2 people on my own solo. And I jumped into a party of 3 people. Like I ambushed a party of 3 people by myself. I was moving about so fast because I had a buff, like a speed buff on me, that they couldn't even click on me. Like they couldn't auto attack me because World of Warcraft's auto attack system sucks dick so bad that nobody could even click on you. It was hard for me to even control because that's just the way they did it. But no, I don't want any good jobs. I was terrified. I was literally shaking in real life. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely control my guns. Like, my nerves were just haywire. I did not want to die whatsoever. I was regretting ever stepping into that. That's what I'm saying. That feeling, I want to feel that again. That's why I would like this game to be like that. So whenever you say like, oh, you turn around and go, oh, that kind of sucks. You can't remember what it was about, but it was something about the game being really hardcore or something like that. Yeah, you don't really want that because once you start feeling that feeling and your hands start shaking and adrenaline kicks in, you can't control your mouse all that well, or your controls. So you will more likely die. And I've lost another character before on that same game, like a year before that, and I was devastated because you have a key where you can hit it and it will come up on the screen, I surrender. And if you do that, people stop attacking you. They have to stop attacking you. And then, so if you hit that, they stop attacking you. But I didn't hit it because I was too busy fighting and I didn't watch my health, and I died. I lost the character that I spent 2 years on. 2 full years of my life on. I lost that character. The devastation of that, you cannot imagine it. I didn't even know what I was doing with my life anymore when I lost that character. But all I'm saying is don't underestimate a hard game where you put your character's life at risk. Anyway, cheesy, dramatic, overboard story where people interrupt you a lot. /interrupt. It's more or less just for the people of this game, people that want to dive into hardcore mode. Attempt to hug me and I will literally cut your head off. And I'll make you all kiss each other. Just to violate your corpses.
You're
don't even.
so violent. such a violent person.
Sateki B, you made a big mistake by calling me an architect in your story. I'm coming for you.
Okay, well...
And no, I'm not a necrophiliac. Thank you very much.
Let's end the stream.
Such a high note to end on. Yeah, so... Jesus, that was depressing. Panda, don't even. Like, I'm gonna get chewed out by Panda after this. He's just gonna be like... So thanks for coming, guys. And... yeah. Wait. You can edit this part out, Panda.
I can't edit a Twitch video. I just upload it straight from Twitch to YouTube. So...
oh, well, I'll hold back on what I was gonna say. Anyway. Anywho's, make a
no.
to resurrect your character for... No, we're not doing that. No microtransaction deals, we're not doing that. We are not a greedy team. We just want this game made. We are not doing it for the money. That's just it. We want this game more than any of you. That's why we're making it. Not you.
Okay, well... we are going to have the game about the price of a normal game.
Yeah, about the price of a normal game, really.
And that's how we'll run the game.
Yeah.
What do you mean, will you pay for accessories?
He means like trinkets, like bracelets and such.
Well, you'll pay with it
Hats?
with...
Seriously?
You'll pay with it for...
Fucking knew it. I knew it. I saw his name on Skype, which was TFT, which I knew that was TF2, and he mentions hats.
Okay, you'll pay in-game currency for any armor that you buy, or anything that you buy. You're gonna pay not real money, in-game currency for it.
Yeah, we're not like into things for real money. Unless the fans want that,
Yeah,
then,
if you want that,
we're
then...
gonna be against it because microtransactions just, I don't know, it's like a company's way of stealing money from people, really. Like, oh, we modeled this sword and we give it some fake stats. It's brilliant. Why don't you buy it for $99? But yeah. Oh, great.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, no, not pay to win, but obviously most games will have that. You know, they're going to have items that, like really rare items that people can't purchase. Most games do have that. Even like Crossfire and stuff. It's not going to be pay to win by any standards, it's just your own skill alone. But if you want, there's going to be items on the side which you can't pay for to, you know, get on your character.
Maybe like a pet. I don't know.
Yeah, like a rare pet.
Not rare, just...
that other people can't have. Well, it's going to be rare if people don't buy it.
Yeah, true.
But if not, then, you know, it's a cool pet, really. It's going to be a cool looking pet. It's going to have nice animations and such.
Anyway.
We're going to make it rewarding. We're not just going to make it some cheap piece of crap which you pay a lot of money for, you know. But we will have stuff that you can buy if you want on the side. You know, as general funding for a company does do.
Anyway, we are going...
Trust me, guys. Hang on, let me just clear this up, because these guys think I'm in some sort of weird-ass mood. I am not. This is me all the time. Ask Panda.
Yep.
I'm just a very serious person, okay?
Definitely.
I enjoy the adventure, the battle, the smell of blood. No, not the smell of blood, just adventures and battles. Okay, anyway,
So we are going to end the live stream.
Yes, we are.
I don't know how long this is. I do need a hug.
Yeah, it's been a pretty stressful day for Panda.
Stressful week for me. Anyway, so...
Yeah, highlight for pretty much Panda. Like it's been
the
over the top.
I'll just answer this question. Will the alpha access be somehow limited or free to everyone? The only way you can get alpha access is through, what are they called? Contests or donations.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's the way most companies do it,
Yeah.
so I don't see why we're any different. You gotta give something to get something back, man. The law of equivalent exchange.
And if you have a question about beta access will be the first, you know, certain amount of players to buy the game. And donations as well.
Yeah. So, shall we end it on this high note?
On that note, we will end the live stream. This will be up on YouTube in about an hour. So if you want to rewatch it, then yeah,
Yep.
you can.
And I also apologize if my mic quality is kind of shitty, guys. I'm from Ireland, and also my windbreaker kind of sucks, so yeah. Well, I'll add you on Skype, and I'll tell you all about my Jitsi Online experience. So, anyway, yeah.
So,
Peace.
thanks for
Thanks
watching.
for coming, guys. Yeah.
Yep, we'll see you on Facebook and forums.
Yeah.